Magpie, and in this video I am really excited to announce my brand new pedal, Bonkers. And Bonkers being kind of, I don't know, the finishing of a trilogy in a sense, because Bonkers is very much this brilliant idea I had of combining bubbles and patterns sort of conceptually into one. So I'm gonna go through all of the controls, I'm gonna play a bunch of sounds through it, but I think I need to start with sort of explaining what is going on. However, before we jump in, I want to say that Bonkers is of course available in my web shop, magpiepedals.com, linked in the description if you want to pick one of these up for yourself. Your support is, as always, immensely appreciated, so thank you very much for checking out what I build with these hands that are now gonna show you how it works. So I'm not necessarily sure, but maybe this is something kind of brand new that I've invented, at least in the execution? Maybe? Because Bonkers is a PT2399 delay, just like Bubbles. But the 5-step sequencer is very much doing what the 5-step sequencer does in patterns. But in patterns, you set the speed of a silencer going on and off, just silencing the signal, and you, just by tweaking these tiny knobs, you're able to set the speed of going on and off. However, in Bonkers, this blinky LED represents the delay time being as long as it can be, or as short as it can be. So sort of on, off, but with delay instead. And you can set the tempo to be just ridiculous, which is just completely bonkers. Because we have, of course, traditional controls with mix, feedback, wet with the T, and time with a little heart here. So the time knob sort of sets the spectrum in how long the time can be when we jump to as long as possible, in contrast to as short as possible, meaning that it can be kind of a vibrato, but it can also be this bizarre octave type thing where it continuously tries to jump as far as as long as possible in delay time. The delay, you know, that, yeah. Let me show you. So to start with some sounds, I'm just gonna have an arpeggiator going, and it sounds like this when it's off. But yeah, if we turn it on now, it just sounds kind of bonkers. but yeah, we can introduce more of that. And then we can go a lot faster. And I was able to kind of put it in a tempo that is somewhat synced. This is wild. But we can also go audio rate fast. If I just go notes, and I'm gonna try it with the guitar soon. But that's just a bizarre sound, right? It's like this really strange delay. Can be very vibrato-esque. Which is nice. However, of course, we have the 5-step sequencer, so we can set 5 different speeds, and it will walk between those speeds, which is just really bonkers. This one sets the speed for the sequencer, and it goes from slow as a snail to quick as a rabbit, in this case. One note. And then we increase the spectrum. Can of course create these just bizarre patterns. And make it go for longer. was just holding one note. It's so cool. Bonkers, of course, has two modes of operation, just like bubbles and patterns. So in this mode, we set the speed with either this speed part or with tap tempo. But if we hold the tap tempo button in for a little while, we enter manual mode. So in manual mode, you can just step whenever you want to, if you want to switch to a different speed of it going wild and crazy. But you can also sync it externally in manual mode to whatever you want with the CV clock source. And at the moment, I have it synced to a drum machine. Meaning that the sequencer is going to be synced, but these, you know, the Bonkers effect is not synced. So it's going to be this semi-sync thing where it starts creating these completely, totally, utterly bizarre, bonkers, polyrythmic shenanigans, which is just really, really, really cool. And very liquidy. But of course we can have these more subtle vibrato-esque things going as well, which is just kind of nice. So with Bonkers, just as with patterns, I kept the dual mode bypass switching stuff. So either you just turn it on and off, like I've been doing so far, or if you want to, you can just have it on momentarily by pressing and holding. Then as soon as I release, it's gonna go back to being off. Same if you do it when the pedal is on to begin with. Which can be utilized quite creatively if you want to.